Hello, my name is Tom Palmer and I'm the author of lots of children's books, including the Foul Play series. And I'm here today at Greengate Primary School in Redcar with Riley, Emily and Calais, who are going to ask me some questions about the series. And first of all, thank you very much for agreeing to do this. I really appreciate it. So fire away. Who'd like to start? Brilliant.
Have you always been interested in story writing, and where do you get your inspiration from?
I didn't really like reading until I was about 17, but once I started to like reading, I loved writing stories, and that's sort of what gave me the inspiration. Really, reading other people's stories that made me want to write my own. And particularly these were my first books, and they're about a boy and a girl who try to solve crimes in the world of football, and there's 5, and in this one they try to solve the crime of a kidnapped footballer, and I think that came from reading books about sort of crime stories that I particularly enjoyed when I just started to get into reading. Riley.
Yeah. What inspired you to write the Foul Play series?
I knew I wanted to write football stories, but I didn't just want to write football stories that were just about so and so kicks the ball and scores a goal. I thought I want to write football stories that have got something more. I think football on its own can get a bit boring, so I wanted, and because I liked reading crime fiction, I thought I'll write a crime series. So I tried writing this one. So it's kind of mixing my two passions, football and crime fiction, that sort of led me towards writing these. And also, at the time, my football team had a lot of dodgy football club owners who were not doing the best for the club, I felt. And so the main villain in this is a football club owner who's corrupt and is trying to cheat the fans out of money and other things. So that inspired me as well.
How long does it take you to write these series of books?
These books now, these would take about 4 months to write, and that includes researching. So this is set in Moscow, so I went to Moscow to research Russian football, planning, writing it and editing it. Would roughly take me 4 months. I mean, the first one, Foul Play, took me a year because I had another job, so I couldn't work on it full time.
Danny's favourite team was City. What's your favourite team?
My favourite team was Leeds United, but although these are actually, if you read the street names and things, you can see these are set in Leeds. I didn't want to say it was about a Leeds fan because there are a lot of people, including here in Redcar, who aren't that keen on Leeds as a football team. And I thought if I make it Leeds, it might put some people off, obviously. So I thought I'd make it, and I couldn't call it United because then everyone might think I'm a Man U fan. So I thought I'll call it City, and then it'll be sort of a random. It could be Bradford City, it could be Leicester City, it could be anyone. But then as soon as I wrote them, Man City got bought out by the Sheikhs, and suddenly everyone thinks I'm a Manchester City fan now, so you can't win. But so it's a bit about Leeds, but obviously it's not Leeds, just in case you're not into Leeds.
How did you come up with the names for the characters, and are they based on real people?
They're sort of based on real people. That's a really good question. So Danny Hart is named after 2 Leeds United fullbacks, Danny Mills, who I think also played for Borough, didn't he, years ago, and Ian Hart, so he's a combination of the two. So that's why Danny's called Danny. Richard Gawthorpe, the main villain, is named after, I like using Yorkshire towns as surnames, so that was a Yorkshire village that I'd heard about, and Charlotte was just the main girl character was a random name that I chose that I'd never had any friend or anyone in my family who was called Charlotte, so I thought it'd be good to use a name like that. Good question.
Each one of these books is based around a problem to solve. Where do you get your ideas from?
To be honest, real football gave me the ideas. So this, book 1, is about a footballer being kidnapped. I read in World Soccer magazine that footballers were being kidnapped in South America, and I thought, what would it be like if footballers were kidnapped in England? In the second one, it was about Russian football club owners trying to murder England players to fix games, and I'd read about that happening in Russia. There's a lot of corruption in Russian football. The third one is about a young footballer being trafficked in Africa, so being taken illegally from one country to another. I read about that also in World Soccer magazine. So these are real problems that football has, that I was trying to get a boy and a girl, normal fans, to try and solve. The fourth one is about footballers' houses being burgled. So that was, at the time that was happening, Liverpool players were having their houses burgled. And the fifth one is about a man who's trying to make everybody support one team by using television adverts, and to stop supporting like Middlesbrough and all support Man U. And I like it when I come to places like Redcar and Middlesbrough, because a lot of people support the local team. I want people to carry on supporting the team that's local to them. So this is kind of about how the way football's marketed to us can make people suddenly start supporting Man U and Chelsea. Question 2. Excellent, so that's all 6 questions, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Thank you ever so much. I really appreciate you taking the time. I know you've read the books, I've read the books over a couple of weeks, and it really shows in the questions that you've asked me. So thank you very much for talking to me, and good luck to Borough and what other teams you support for the rest of the season. Thank you. Thank you.